Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to solve one more problem. The problem name is add to array form of integer and the problem number is 989. So let's first of all see what this problem says. The array form of an integer num is array representing by its digit in left to right order. For example, number is 1321. So here let's take another number 346, right? So if that is a number, then the array form will be nothing but 3, 4 and 6, right? So this is an array form of this actual number. Given num, that means the array form of an integer, and integer k, return the array form of an integer num plus k. So we are given it one more number that is nothing but k, and it will, let's say, have a value 20. Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to first of all get the array from this array form. So that will be nothing 346, right? And we have to add this k. So if we add, we will get 6, 6 and 3, right? So now what we have to do, we don't need to return this thing. We need to return this in an array form. So we'll return 3, 6, 6, right? So in this example also you can see that we have an array 1, 2, 0 and 0. So the actual form will be nothing but 1200, right? After that we have a k is 32, 34, right? So if we add 34, then we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now guys, we have to return just this in integer array form, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that output is nothing but this only. I hope now guys, by now you understood this problem, what this problem says. Now what we have to do, what we have to use, what will be our logic to solve this problem. So let's see that. And this is an easy problem, so I guess now you must have your one logic, and that will also gonna acceptable because it is easy problem, don't have much bigger constraint. So let's first of all see what I'm saying there. I'm saying that the basic approach means the best approach, or we can say the basic approach also is going to be that first of all we can let's discuss about first of all the brute force approach. So first of all we will get a number. So we'll just get from this array form a number. So how we can do this, we can do just by traversing it, and we can say first of all if we have a value nothing but data 0, then we can say traverse this and just do data into 10 plus this value, right? So this value, so we'll get by the end of this loop we'll get our number 1200, and then add into this 34. Once we add it, we will get tab 34. Now just generate an array form. So the first tab will be, let me write here, first tab will be get a number. All right. Second step will be add a number plus k. Right. Third step will be convert result into array form. Now guys, by this three step, you can easily get your answer and you can return that particular array form, right? So we have to just return this thing. All right. So this was the just basic. I will not say basic, but also a good approach because this is an easy problem. So there is no other approach or best approach exists. But the second approach we are going to see also. Let me remove all these things. There is another approach also where we can do like this. Let me show you how. First of all, we have number this, right? Num is equal to 1200. So what we can do, we can see that guys, we have k34, and we have to add this into this, right? So this in array form. Let me do, right? So 1200, the last digit represent nothing but the unit digit, right? So in the array form, the last index the will be our unit digit, right? So we can see we are going to traverse from the back side, fine, and we have k is nothing but 34. So what we can do, we can say add this 4 unit and with this unit, right? So we can say add just this, so we'll get 4. Then add this unit with this, we get 3, and this 1 2, right? So it wasn't easy because we didn't get any carry. So let's take another example. So we have second example, nothing but 274. So let me choose another color. So we have a number 274, 27, 4, right? And k is nothing but 181, right? K is equal to 181. So what we will do, we will add the unit digit of k, that is 1, with the unit digit of this number, means last index. So we will have 4, right? So 1 plus 4 is nothing but 5, fine. On the next index, we will decrement it. On this index, we are going to add the second digit, right? 8. So 8 plus 7 is nothing but 15. So we have now 1. That is nothing but a carry, right? So we can say now we got a carry. So what we can do? We can say, okay, don't worry. We are going to add this 1. But before that, we are going to add the carry into this only, right? Either we can do like this. We can add a carry into this, or we can add a carry into this. Either we can make this 3, or either we can make this one as 2. So if we are going to make this one as 2, then we can say 2 plus 2 is nothing but 4. So this is going to be 455. And I know guys, you will say how we can make this one as a 2, right? So we can do one thing, we can say this is nothing but 181, right? K is nothing but 181. So what we can say? We can say just add all these things to this. Add k plus the last digit. We are going to get 185, right? So take the last digit only, 5. here. So I took 5 here. And now we have 185, right? So we'll just divide by 10. So we will get 18. Fine. Now we decremented it. Add this whole this with this number. 18 plus 7 is nothing but 25. Okay. And the last digit is gonna return over here 5 and divide by 10, that is nothing but 2 now. So add this whole with this. So we are getting 4. So this is a 4. So we'll write just over here. And if we divide by 10, we are going to get a 0, right? And the array is also over. So we are going to return this particular array. But it may be the case that k may exist, right? K may still have a one number. So what we can do, we can say once we over this thing, we have to check if k is not a 0, then we have to add all this number in front of this, right? So that is our logic. So we are going to see both the logic in this code. So let's move to the code and see how we can implement these logics. So here guys, first of all, we are going to use our approach one. So here we are going to calculate the number. So we can say our data initially is 0, or all right, and we are going to say for value in num, you can say data is going to be data into 10 plus value, right? Let me write here. Let's just write here only this. All right. So now we have got our number data from a array form. Now we have to add data plus k, data plus equal to k. All right. Now we have to generate our array only, right? So we can say result is going to be our resultant array, and we can say for what I can do, I can say just while data is not equal to 0, we have to keep traversing, and we can say data mod k, that is going to append in our result. All right, and we can say just data divided by 10. All right, and we can return our result. Wait, we have to return in reverse order, right? Because we are generating from beginning to the end. So we have to come right part to the left part, right? So we have to reverse it. So my test cases are failing. Let me see what happened. So what I have done is data mode k node, data mode 10. All right, now let's try to run this code. You can see that all the test cases are passed. So if I submit this code, I believe it should submit it, right? And you can see that it got submitted, right? All right, so now let's see the second approach as well. So I'm going to just see the second approach. So I'm going to say approach 2. All right, and let's comment all these things, otherwise it will get run. Okay, fine. Now guys, what we are going to do, we are going to traverse from the end, right? From the right part, and we are moving to the left part, right? So we can say for I in range of n, my n is nothing, so we have to say here length of, either we can say n is equal to length of nums, or directly we can write over there as well. So n minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, right? We are doing this, and we are adding that particular part. We are saying that num of I, uh, we are going to say that num of I is going to be nothing but, first of all, we have to add that num of I plus k, right? And then we are going to divide by it, and first of all we are going to more that, and more value is going to return over that index, right? And after that the same value is going to divide by 10, right? I have this much is equal to, and I have to do again more 10, again I was writing k. All right, and this is going to be k, updated k, which was dividing by 10, right? At the end, what we have to do, we have to check if k is not 0, right? If k is not 0, then that means we can say there is some value in k, right? So it may be one value, it may be two value, it may be three value. So what we have to do, we have to write all these value in array form in the front of the this num array, right? So we can say for I, I can say just num of I, num, here I can say this is going to be the appending over here. So I can say for all the values in k, so I can say for values in string of k, because we can't traverse over integer, and we can say just take integer of value. So this will gonna just append all the integer value. If let's say this is a k is 2 3 4 right now, once we have it over our array, so we are left with this much k. So what we are going to say, we are going to say first of all take 2, then 3, then 4, then add our num array, whatever num array we got, right? So let's return this particular array, return this num. And by the way, I have to just do this thing. Now if I return this thing, all right, num is not defined, I have to use a num, not nums. All right, so now let's see. You can see all the test cases are passed, and I have seen that I'm taking just extra space over here, so I can just, even though I can return this thing, right? And here also. So if I just again run this, invalid syntax, what I have done. All right, num is equal to, all right, now I believe it should submit it, right? Yes, so let's try to submit this code as well. Let's see whether we are getting any error or not in this approach. Finally, this one also submitted, right? I hope this much is clear to you. We have seen both the approaches, approach 1 and approach 2. If you find this video helpful, if you learn something new in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Meet you in the next video.